Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to everyone's favorite day of the month, the 20th, for our Oh So Inspired collaboration. And this is a monthly collaboration that's run by Call Me Crafty Al. So you may have come here from her channel, where basically we are inspired by one of the other members of our team, and then we basically make a project as a result. So this month we were actually inspired by someone I followed for a really long time, and I think I streamed with her a couple times. But Yvette, who has her channel linked down below. In fact, everything I talk about in the video is linked in the description box. So if I don't say to look there, that's probably where it is. Anyway, she's been crafting for a long time, and the thing that I was most inspired by from her is really all of her mass makes and quick crafting, and she uses a lot of cool pattern paper. So I'll just pop up the card that inspired me. This one is a collaboration with Not Too Shabby, I believe, but you can see that you have sort of this really cool spotlight look where you have sort of an image inside another circle. And I thought we would go with that. And to work with this, I thought we would play around with a stamp set I've been really liking lately, which is available for pre-order right now through Crafty Stamp Company, and there's a link down below to that as well. This is Positive Tate's Ocean Adventure, and as you can see, he is a little potato who does little potato things. And I just really like any of these sort of stamp sets that are just sort of positivity stamp sets. Here you go, can see him stamped out, and I did pre-watercolor him actually. I really found these, I don't know, somehow whenever we do ocean stuff, I always feel like it's a good time to get out my watercolor. So basically I used a brown blend here, and then I used this sort of orangey red. I think this might is Pyral Orange, but I didn't actually write down what colors are in my palette, which is the thing I do. But I really liked how with the watercolor you can get these really nice sort of blends. Hopefully this will show up okay on camera. But you can get some really nice natural looking blends. So that's what we did. I guess the other piece I'll tell you about before we start putting this all together um, is look how pretty these sentiments look stamped out. Anyway, sorry, I was a little distracted. So I made this cool background piece using the bubble stamp stencil as well, um, which is part of the same release. But the really cool thing is I used a high flow acrylic on the stencil, which bled a little bit. So you get these really neat, like almost bokeh looks where like they look very natural because you have all the variants in the color. And then this is just Jay's favorite navy. So let's get this together. I invite you to see what everybody else makes, of course, because it's always interesting to see how people are inspired from different things. Now, to get this circle in the middle, I just eyeballed it, but you can actually measure this because this is a 4 by 5 1/4. So you could measure it 2 inches and 2 inches and sort of figure out your X, but I eyeballed it because I tend to do that. And then I'm just putting this on top of a blue top folding A2 card base. There we go. And that's very reminiscent of the original. I really like all the all the gradients in this bubbles. So I really wanted to kind of bring in a dark element as sort of the background because I think that'll really make Tate pop because he has a good bit of orange, which would be blue's direct complement. But I wanted to use a couple different blues just to make this, I don't know, to give this a little bit more life. So I just cut this was actually cut out with a postage die. Okay, and we got our little Tate all glued down. I wanted to just mention that I really like how the sort of repeating nature of this background pattern sort of works with our the background that we stenciled out, where that the background that we stenciled is very feels more abstract. So I kind of like the interplay there. So the last thing I'm going to do is put our sentiment together. This is also in the stamp set, but I think that will look really nice. And I wanted to bring in some more of the navy here, just so that just to kind of echo the navy in the focal point, so that it makes a little bit more sense. I think what we're going to do is put it about like that, which will be think pretty similar to the original. And normally I'd bling this up a little bit at this point, but there's so much visual stuff going on with the bubbles. I feel like the bubbles kind of serve that purpose already. So I don't think we really need to do that here. So let's just get that down. And I think one last thing I will do is I would like to put a nice white piece on the inside here, just because I feel like it always makes it feel a little more finished as compared to not doing that. Plus, that way, if somebody wants to use, like a paler ink color, it's not gonna really give them any grief. Although, you don't need to do this, obviously. It's totally a personal preference thing. So I will do that. I did find out recently you can get blank 4x6 index cards and then just cut it down to 5 1/4. So that's also an option if you like do a lot of inside mats. I've been much more a fan of these card bases regularly. So here is a look at the final card inspired by Yvette. And I would encourage you to take a look at all the videos down below in the description box and just watch the whole hop. Everybody, of course, appreciates your comments and likes and seeing their videos. So, anyway, thanks for checking this out. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will talk to you guys later.